so good to see each and every one of your faces. Welcome to the first official YPOEA event of the year. Yeah, we just want to welcome you, oldies, newbies, everyone in between. Yes, I said oldies, I'm so sorry. We are so looking forward to an incredible year. There's so much amazing stuff in store, and we're so excited for it all. My name is Tobenna Speaks. For those who I have not had the pleasure of yet meeting, I am your vice president for this year, and our president tonight, Stephanie Barboza, who could not be with us tonight, which I know that's confusing, I'm so sorry, we didn't plan that. She could not be with us tonight, she's actually not feeling well, but you will catch her at next month's event. She is so sorry that she missed tonight. She was so looking forward to meeting each and every one of you, but she sends her regards, and maybe she'll jump in on the Zoom later, we'll see. But anyway, we want to extend a warmest welcome, and thank you so much for making tonight's event. We want to give a special shout out to our new members. We're so glad you are part of this wonderful community. Yes, please, round of applause. Yes, now, we'll have a more formal introduction next month. We had to adjust to a couple of last minute changes, but please join us next month. We promise you will not be sorry. We have some incredible surprises for you. So speaking of next month, please be on the lookout for additional information regarding next month's event. And Erica, do we have any additional details at the moment for next month's event? Maybe just like a date so people can say it. All right, well, it will be the 18th of October, so save the date. We'll be receiving those invites maybe in the next couple of weeks, but you don't want to miss it, so lots more to come on that. Keep an eye out for that. October 18th. Yes, I knew that. So next up, just a gentle reminder that registration is underway, so if you guys haven't yet paid your dues, make sure to get those in so we can get that taken care of. Now, each year we work diligently to design an education year that, both broadens our ability to grow and also just continue to foster this incredible community and build our pool of tools and resources. That's really at the heart of what we do here. And Stephanie's theme for the year, she decided to go with growth, which I think in every single one of our lives, we are always seeking growth, constantly chasing growth. We are always on the lookout for opportunities that help grow and stretch us, not just personally, but professionally, right? All of things that we place high value on in our lives. So our 2022-2023 educational theme is growth. So with that in mind, our president thought it would be an excellent idea to do something we've really never done before, and we are honored to be joined tonight by former NFL player Tobenna Speaks. Guys, bring it up. Toby, who is only a little bit taller than I am, has an incredibly powerful story about overcoming adversity and incredible stuff, you guys. I'm so excited to hear what he has to say tonight. And you may be asking, what do we have in common with pro linebacker? I would never be able to. I don't know. In hearing a bit about his story, Stephanie and I both found so many of the themes in his life were perfectly aligning with ours. Those of, sharpening our discipline and, again, seeking growth. These things, these aspects that are transferable and applicable to our day-to-day lives. And so it's just an immense honor for him to be with us tonight. And without further ado, Toby, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I know there was two Stephanies on the Zoom call we had, and I was like, which one am I being today? I'm excited. I got to put one name to a face, and like I said, I'm excited to be here. And being the first speaker for YPOEA event, that just puts a lot of pressure on me now. Make sure the next speaker has to live up to that. So, I think a famous philosopher, Ricky Bobby said, being first, you're last. So, I'm excited. Thank you guys. Thank you all so much. So I would like to start off and say, first I want to thank you all for being here and to being at this YPO event. Me, I was born in Nigeria. I don't know too many of you guys know, I was born in Nigeria in the year 1996. I'm 26-year-old young. And for me, when I moved here from Nigeria, it was a hard transaction for me. It was a hard transition Because for the most part, we left everything that we had over. We left clothes, we left family, we left friends. And for my first couple of years here in the U.S., it was hard for me to make friends. I was upset. I used to come every week and tell my mom, why do we have to be here? Like, nobody looks like me. Nobody sounds like me. They don't even understand what I'm saying in my natural language. People were confused when I would come up and say to them something, hey, can you, I found my Tobenna. That just means, hello, my name is Tobenna. And I thought everybody usually would understand. And my mom, she used to say something to me every time I said it. She said, trust me, right now this is the best opportunity for you to grow, best opportunity for you to really develop the life that you want to live. And I really didn't understand that back from the day when she said it. For 20 years down the line, and now my brother's an engineer. My sister, she's finishing up med school this year. I got to play 3+ years professionally. I didn't understand the struggle and the faith that they had to take from taking themselves from a different country, taking their whole family from everything that they knew, and stepping into something new. It takes a lot of faith and trust to do that. He said, you'll grow in your new environment. She told me as a young kid that I need to accept change. And I know for a lot of us, change is uncertain. Change is hard. Growth is hard. But it's one of the best things you can do for yourself if you allow it to be so. They say every day either you're growing or you're dying. There is no in between. If you allow yourself to be bogged down from yesterday's past, from the injuries, from the disappointments, from things you couldn't control, you will never really allow yourself to truly flourish. So we like to start off with this little funny joke. There was 3 sisters who lived together. 192, 196, and 198. One night, the 98-year-old goes upstairs to take a bath. She fills the bathtub with the water, and she dips her toe in. She screams down, hey, was I getting in, or was I getting out? The 96-year-old yells, I don't know, but let me come help you. As she gets up halfway up the stairs, she screams, hey, was I going up, or was I going down? The 92-year-old is laughing at them downstairs, like, I hope I'm not like you all when I get over it. And she knocks on wood for good measure. She said, oh yeah, hold on tight. I'm gonna come upstairs and help y'all both. But first let me go see who's at the door knocking. And I know you guys might be asking, well, that's some silly joke about these 3 sisters staying up here. But it was a central theme in it. Each sister started a goal. They had an ambition, they had an objective that they wanted to attain, and halfway through something happened to where they forgot why they started. How many of the seniors ever started something, whether it was a dream, goal, ambition, and something unfortunate that we can expect, that we didn't even look out for, we couldn't even account for happened, and we forgot, we abandoned it, and we felt lost. I know that was for me. I like to call it adversity. We call it resistance and adversity. And when you're stretching, especially when you're stretching out for more, when you want to challenge yourself, when you want to put yourself in uncomfortable situations, knowing that you deserve more, you're going to be met with adversity. But I want you to challenge yourself today that adversity is not a bad thing. Adversity almost tells you that you're on the right path. Because people who aren't doing it, and people who aren't striving for it, don't really ever come up against adversity. Because it doesn't take much to be average. It doesn't take much to really stretch yourself. When you stretch and pour yourself, you're going to be met with things that don't go the way you want. But how you react to it is going to determine your success. Because I found this statement truly profound, sometimes even cliche, but one of the realest things I ever heard. Life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. And once you kind of shift your perspective on that, you understand and being able to be successful in any aspect of your life. And for me, like, I'm a big, strong guy. In my heyday, I was benching over 350. Squat over 500, leg flexing over close to 1,000 pounds. But that wasn't my true strength. My true strength came from whenever I picked myself up, when I was let down, when I was disappointed, when I failed. That came all my true strength. But every time I picked myself up and tried again, that's where my true strength came from. And I want to let you ladies know that every single one of you guys have that strength within them. You don't gotta hit the gym 20,000 times like I did. It's just naturally you're born with it. But sometimes we don't allow ourselves to really use it because we're scared we'll fail again. We have that what if mentality. What if I fail again? What if people laugh at me? What if I don't do this what I was supposed to do? But I want you guys to throw that away because that's not serving you. That what if mentality that subconsciously you think every time you're trying to stretch for more isn't serving you anymore. hindering you. I want you guys to develop an even if mentality. Even if I do this and it doesn't go the way I want, I will still be okay. Even if I try and it fails, I will be okay. Even if they don't support me, I will be okay. I will still win. And for me, like I said, being able to pick myself on my true strength was something I had to learn a lot in my football career. I finally made it to the NFL. I signed a contract. But along the way, I was met with so much adversity between would have broke so many guys that would have been in my position. In my 4 years in college, I played on some of the best teams and some of the worst teams, and all in between. Every year I was met with some test that I didn't study for. That test was life. My sophomore year coming into my season, I was feeling good, playing good, running good. I was starting as a true sophomore. Third game into the replay, San Jose State, I do a tackle that I do on a routine basis. Come off the edge, they set the ball, boom, make a tackle. As I'm jogging back to the huddle, I feel my knee buckle. And at that moment, the worst thing comes to my mind. I think my career is over. Like we see most of the guys, they have that one injury that takes them out forever. And I've never missed a practice. I've never missed a game. I think I stay on Gumby. I was just bounce back from anything. But this time was different. I missed pretty much most of the whole year. So I was like, man, that year's done. Going to now my junior year, I'm feeling good, playing good. Training camp's going on. I'm about to start as a true junior again. I do a drill that I can do it every day in my sleep. I'm beating the guy. I'm killing him. I take one wrong step, boom. High ankle sprain puts me out for 6 weeks. And within that 6 weeks, I heard the feelings of doubt and uncertainty from my teammates, from my coaches. People who I believe trusted in me. But when you're hurt so much, the trust kind of falls. People start talking, people start whispering, and it eventually gets to you. And at that moment, I'm like, man, okay, junior year, and we were the worst team in the country, 1-11, so it didn't help a lot either. So coming into my senior year, feeling good, playing good. You guys see the correlation, right? Feeling good, playing good. We just beat the team 66-0 to finish the start the season off. Come back to the next day practice, find out that I tore my groin. I was like, man. I'm like, what's going on? It hurt. I was like, what's going on? Why am I going through this? And for a lot of us, when things hit our way, that's the question we ask ourselves. Why me? Why me? Why not him? We would rather have that with somebody else. Not me. Why me? But it dawned on me one day. My coach came up and said, Tobenna, winners and losers come from two different classes. Winners look at what they're going to, and losers look at what they're going through. And in that moment, that was such a moment that changed my life because I decided to come back. Every year I got hurt, I actually came back every season. But this year, my senior year, I had one last season. I wasn't going to let the injury stop me from finishing off I started. I didn't have the other years. This is it. So I decided to leave everything on the line and be one of the team captains to be the second largest college football turnaround of all time. Top of team defense, all conference honors. But if I would allow myself to want all the adversity was hitting me to hinder me from going to being who I wanted to be, having the season that I wanted to be, I would have signed an NFL contract. A lot of guys, I knew a lot of guys that got hurt. A lot of guys just kind of dusted their football off, started drinking, partying, gave up on their dreams. But I was different. And it wasn't because I was a better player, because my why was bigger than my situation. My why while I was getting up every day, going to workouts, going to class, was bigger than my injuries. And for a lot of guys, what is your why? What is pushing you every day? On the surface level, it looked like my why was to play in the NFL. It looked good. That's what I told myself. But I soon realized that my why was not playing in the NFL, was paying back my parents who sacrificed everything that they did, moving their family from a different environment to give them a better opportunity. I wanted to give my mom back the opportunity. I wanted to pay her back. I wanted to take care of her. I wanted to retire her. I wanted to pay her back for going working a 9-hour shift, taking an hour nap, and driving $5 to Dallas for a football camp. And they complained not one time. I wanted to do that for her. That's why I got up every day. And that's when those injuries occurred, it didn't stop me. It didn't deter me. I was gonna show for myself. And for every single one of y'all here, what is your why? What is going to get you up every day to grow? has to be bigger than you. Because like I said, when adversity is a person, place, or thing, it doesn't have any favorites. It doesn't take any favorites. You're going to be hit with something every single day, but how you respond to it is going to really affect how successful you are in any aspect of your life. So I created this define thing. So I didn't want to be defined by my injuries. I created this acronym to define when I was in high school, when I was in college. I didn't want to be defined by my injuries. My injuries, man, we define ourselves every single day. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see a winner? Do you see somebody who's going to accomplish kill today? Or do you see somebody that's plagued by the past, plagued by the uncertainty, plagued by their failures? You get to decide that. You get to decide that every single day you wake up. So I created this acronym called define. Every single thing meant something that really holds near and dear to me. So the first one, D, it was dreams. I always tell people, what are your dreams? What are your goals? What are your ambitions? But don't just tell me, write them down. It's a writing crystallized thinking. For a lot of us, we don't have confidence in ourselves to write down. We don't really believe that we can do it. We can achieve that goal, achieve that mark. For me, writing it down, I used to do this one corny thing. I would sleep with a football underneath my pillow. And after waking up with a headache, I would look at the football and every day realize this is why I'm getting up every day. This is why I want to get to the NFL. And for a lot of us, we don't have that kind of vision for ourselves. A lot of us walk through life blind. And what happens when you don't have vision? When obstacles come your way, you get disgruntled. When obstacles come your way, you don't know how to move. But when you have vision, you know when things come your way, obstacles, things that you can't expect, you know how to maneuver through it. It's not going to stop you. And if you do stop, you don't keep stop. You don't stay in the same place. You find a different way. So vision is important when you're chasing anything in your life. When you're wanting to grow in life, you need a vision for your life. And that's one thing you guys, every single one of y'all in here needs. And with the E, I say E for embrace. Embrace the suck. There's going to be some very sucky moments, especially when you're growing. It's going to feel uncomfortable at first. It's going to feel like, why am I even doing this? I'd rather go home and drink some wine and turn on Netflix. And there's a lot of good Netflix shows out there. I know that. But we have to stay on course. I say embrace the suck because in the moment, I want you to understand the suckiness is where you're growing. We're all caterpillars trying to become a beautiful cocoon, a beautiful butterfly, but we need that cocooning process because that's what molds us. We need those times where it's hard because that's when we figure out what we're really made of. You can't grow when things are easy. And a lot of us, when things go hard, we escape to what I call cheap dopamine. Cheap dopamine because, well, like I said, we might go to the wine, we might go to Netflix, we might find something that just ease our comfort right now to escape reality. But when we finally have to come back and actually face it, we're going to be so tired from running so much, it's going to hurt even more. So I said, sit in it. Understand what is this moment teaching me, and how can I get better from it? Because life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. So F, I said it was the F now, define, D-E-F-I-N-E. So the F is being fearless. And I like to always talk about, because people think being fearless means you're not scared. I like to take that and misconstrue you. Being fearless means taking it when you are scared, you continually show up. Because when you're chasing a goal, when you're wanting to grow in your life, there's going to be moments that you just don't want to show. You just want to lay in bed. You just don't want to even attempt to try to do your work. You save it up for later. Later is the worst word in the dictionary. It just means procrastination. And we know what happens when it gets to later. It's going to set off more later. I say, keep continually showing up for yourself. That's going to produce perseverance. It produces courage. Because when things is hard, I want you to understand, instead of running away from it, the more you show for yourself, the easier it gets. You can't bring the things that have kept you back where you were before. You just got to let them go. You just got to let them go. Because I want to say, it's those moments when you understand where life and where your priorities are. Because if you're looking back, you're not prioritizing your growth. And for me, I would say habits are so important in how we move every day. I didn't have good habits growing up. I know a lot of us, that's why we have parents that teach us good habits. Habits are so important that sometimes for a lot of us, we have such bad habits for the reason why we're not where we want to be. Our habits are so small sometimes that we normalize them and conform them and saying that that's just how I am. I think that's what a lot of people say, that's how I am. That is a terrible excuse. Like, I want each one of you guys to reevaluate your life. Look at your everyday habits and put them into two categories. Are they goal achieving? Are they pleasure seeking? And for a lot of us, it's usually the other way. But when you're growing, you're pushing instead of striving, so you're taking yourself out of the comfort zone, you find ways to achieve your goals. But when you're staying in your comfort zone, you try to stroke your ego, keep yourself in your cuddly bed, and do a lot of pleasure seeking activities. I don't know what those activities are, only you know. And I want each one of you guys to look and figure out what those are. What can I change? Like, I want you to leave this event, what can I change? How can I be better? How can I really push myself every single day? How can I stretch myself? Because that's the only moment where you're truly achieving growth. Growth is a muscle. You have to use it every day. You have to work yourself. You have to tear it apart. Because in that process where it heals, it might seem ugly in the outside world, but trust me, you're growing inside. And some bad habits I realize from very unsuccessful people are, one, they wake up with a bad attitude. We all know somebody who just has a bad attitude every morning. Every day you go into them and they're the most pessimistic person you've ever met. Like, how can you look for new opportunities with a bad attitude? Like, if you want a bad day, just wake up on the wrong side of the bed. But when you switch your life to having that attitude of gratitude, regardless of what's going on, it gives you the optimistic look on life. It lets you look at the brighter side, find opportunities, be a problem solver. But if you're always worried about what's going wrong in your life, no wonder you're still in the same situation. No wonder you're repeating cycles, seasons in your life where you thought you've outgrown them. Like, the people with bad attitudes, that's why they're always at the bottom. Like, I've never met anybody successful that hasn't been grateful for everything that they have. They're blessed. And there's a reason, because they're thankful. And they wake up every day with an opportunity, with an attitude of gratitude. The second bad habit I see a lot of people have is they get distracted a lot. Like, I'm here to tell you guys, for a lot of us, the reason why we're not where we want to be sometimes, the reason why we're not growing sometimes, is that our vision is everywhere. We don't allow ourselves to truly stay focused. Focus is one of the hardest things for a lot of people, because we have so many technological devices to our disposal. We can talk and communicate with so many people from all over the world that we try to do it at all times. I was listening to Joe Rogan, he said being bored is sometimes the best thing we can do. Putting our phones away and really being truly in ourselves. You have the best ideas when you're just truly sitting within yourself. You allow yourself to truly heal when you're just not distracted. It just goes back to embracing the stuff. Allow yourself to stay focused on the task at hand. Because opportunities you receive won't always be here. And if you're always distracting yourself, if you always find your way to be distracted, there's zero chance that you will get to where you want to be, because A, you're always going to be behind the 8 ball. And the last bad habit I see a lot of people have is they always quit. Like they quit on everything they do. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Like they're not problem solvers. They're always waiting for somebody else to do it. And when you're growing, you have to be able to sit in something and figure it out. My coach used to be like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, coach, I don't know how to do that. He's like, are you even trying? I'm like, coach, I don't know. But sit in it. Understand that everything's not going to go the way you want. That's where problem solving comes. That's why truly being able to understand how much power that you have within yourself and not giving up, not allowing yourself to just be like somebody else will do it, putting the power back in your hands, not somebody else's hands. It's truly empowering for yourself. Just don't quit. Allow yourself, and when you don't quit at one thing, you'll see yourself always pushing and striving, doing at least one more. Going the extra mile. Those are people who don't quit. Those are just some bad attitudes that I've seen people. Like I said, it doesn't take a lot to be average. It really doesn't. It takes minimal effort to stay where you're comfortable. And a comfortable place where your dreams, your visions, and your goals will die. Like, comfort and growth, they're not synonymous. Like, I'm sorry if you guys thought that. Like you have to push yourself. You can't just sit in your little fairy tale place and sip the cocoa and think that you'll be where you want to be, because that's just not how it is. And I think I've never met anybody that's never tried to do something that hasn't had to push themselves. I was talking to somebody earlier. There's gonna be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears when you're pushing yourself. A lot of tears, actually. But at the end of the journey, when you know when you finally achieve that goal, when you're finally where you want to be, when you finally broke that bad habit, you're going to thank yourself that you didn't quit. You're going to thank yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's you versus you. Literally, it's nobody else. It's you versus you are your biggest competitor. I know what business we're always looking at, what the competitors are doing, how can we outshine them? But no, how can I get better every single day? How can I push myself to work a little harder, work a little smarter? Because that's when you see the biggest results. You're not seeing the biggest results when you're looking at everybody else. You're just not. But when you look internally and allow yourself to truly become the best version of yourself, everything else will align in order. And the habits are super important. I always like to say, when I came here and made that decision to go to the NFL, I had to become a 2%er. Why 2%er? Because only 2% of high school athletes make it to the NFL. My habits weren't a 2% attitude when I first got here. My habits were so bad, it actually almost cost my NFL, my job before I even started. Like when I finally started my NFL contract, I signed with the Tennessee Titans. I was excited 4 years ago. I was on a roller coaster, I was on a high. But the habits that got me there, the hard work, the early mornings, the training sessions, weren't what I did to keep me there. I started getting distracted, going out every weekend, going out till the sun was up, alcohol, drugs, women. I drank the NFL Kool-Aid too fast. I was partying with guys that made millions in bank, and I barely had enough to cover the check. Maybe not even that. And at that point, my play on the field suffered so bad that I remember this day. It's so vivid. It was 4 years ago. I was nervous. I was anxious. I was anxious. I was young. Coach called me into his office, and he said the words that all athletes hate to hear. He said, "Tobenna, you have to go a different direction. I'm gonna have to let you go." At that moment, I was at rock bottom. Everything about my life, my identity was so in football that when I lost it, I felt like my whole world was taken away. I went into depression. I didn't eat. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't even talk to my family. I didn't even tell my mom I got cut. I remember just going and staying with a buddy, sleeping on their couch for a couple months. And I was just wasn't even training. My habits was a reason that I got cut. Nothing else. And we think they're small. We think the habits that you do every day are small. But I want you to understand that there's a greater magnitude of what you do every single day. It's a trickling effect. So when I finally told my mom, I told her everything that happened, and I think she's going to comfort me, send me some money, something like that. Yeah. She just told me to give my butt up. She said, your habits are what put you there, and your habits are what's going to get you back. She said, I want you to realize, I want you to remember everything that you did to lead yourself to get there. I want you to emulate, but this time go harder. She said, it's going to be uncomfortable for you because you don't have the resources that you had before. But at this time, he said, you can either be resourceful, or you can be where you are. I chose the latter. I allowed myself, I got up every morning, I started training, cut out alcohol, was focused, didn't really go out, was eating, putting the right foods in my body. A couple months later, I did a workout with the team and got picked up again. Like my habits were the reason I was cut, and my habits and my dedication were the reason that I got back to where I needed to be. And when I was cut, it was a wake-up call for me. It made me realize, like I said, that how important every single day is. How important every single thing I do is. Not my thing is minuscule, but it makes a big difference at the end of the day. And that was a huge wake-up call for me, being at the bottom, sleeping on couches, with buddies, waiting for that call, not really getting it. What's that wake up call for you to be like, I deserve more? Like enough is enough what I'm going through right now. I want to grow. I want to push myself. I'm not going to quit. What is going to be that wake up call for you? For me, like I said, I was at the bottom. Depression, suicidal, didn't know what I wanted to do at all. But until I made that decision, every day you get to make a decision. What is it going to be for you? What is it going to be for you? So I had to become a 2%er. And being 2%er is important because 2%ers are required more. They're pushed more. A lot of guys, I think one of the very few guys had an NFL contract from my college. A lot of guys that were very talented, but they were lazy. They didn't want it bad. They just wanted the clout. They wanted the glory, but they didn't want the work ethic that came with it, though. And that's why I ask you guys, how can you be 2% in your life? What are things that I have to give up today to get where I want to be tomorrow? Because it's an internal thing. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody's going to walk you, hold your hand through it. I'm thankful for my mom that day. She woke me up. She told me she was real with me. She didn't coddle me. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to coddle you in life. There's going to be moments that we're going to have to get pushed. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of tears. But the reward at the end is so satisfying if you just don't quit. Now, I'm here to tell you guys it's possible. I'm here to tell every single one of y'all it's possible to achieve what you want to do. Regardless of what you see on the outside, regardless of what people tell you. And a lot of people don't take the journey because it's a slow process. I might have told you I did get picked up, but I didn't get picked up for months. It's a slow process, and most people don't take that journey because there's no instant gratification in it. There's nothing I can post when I'm truly reaching for growth. It's something I have to go through by myself sometimes. Like, I can't DoorDash growth. I can't Uber Eats it. I can't Postmate it. I gotta go get it. I gotta take the stairs every single day to greatness and growth. It's a real thing. You can't cheat it. The only person you're cheating is yourself when you think you can take a shortcut. Growth is hard, but staying the same is hard as well. Both are heavy. Growing is heavy, but staying in the season where you know that you're not supposed to be in is just as worse. Growth weighs ounces. Another weighs tons. You get to choose which one you get to carry every single day. Because I promise you, the growth is you'll experience way more satisfaction at the end of the day because of it. But if you stay where you are, if you don't allow yourself to truly push yourself, if you don't get comfortable with being uncomfortable, I promise you, you'll be settled for less. So I want to leave you all with this. I want you, each and one of y'all, find a mantra. I want you to find something that's real for you, a goal for you, that's real, that gives you goosebumps, that keeps you up at night, knowing that you want to achieve it. I want you to find a mantra or something that you can say to yourself when things are getting hard, when the thoughts of uncertainty creep in, the thoughts of doubt creep in. That's going to give you a certain level of integrity to yourself. I want you to find that mantra that's going to give you integrity to yourself. So when things don't go the way that you want to do, it keeps you in the game. You get to choose that every single day. Now I want you to understand that every day is a new opportunity. Life is, it says, favors the bold. You got to understand that. You get to choose. Thank you.